Hey everybody, I have one more thing I want to show you with how to use Google with Schoology, and that's using Google Forms. So when you go to add a Google assignment, you're going to notice that it's impossible for you to add a form. And that was really frustrating when we first looked at it and thought, oh my goodness, all those Google Forms that we've made in the past, we're not going to be able to use with Schoology. But you can. And I want to show you how to do that. One thing you're going to notice with Google Forms is in Google Classroom, it automatically graded our Google Forms for us. And in Schoology, it will still automatically grade those Google Forms for us. But what it won't do is bring that grade right into PowerSchool for you. So just like in Google Classroom where it would grade it and then we had to go ahead and type that grade in our grade book, we're going to need to do the same thing in Schoology. It will not integrate that grade from Google Forms into the grade book in Schoology and in PowerSchool. So we can still use our Google Forms in Schoology, but we're just going to have to go ahead and manually enter those grades once it's graded already for us. The other option is if you don't want to do that, is you can take the Google form and you can recreate it in Schoology. There's a Schoology assessment, which we haven't learned how to use yet, that looks just like Google Forms. It will automatically grade and will automatically put things into PowerSchool for us. But that takes copy and pasting all of your questions and answers over into the Schoology assessment. So my opinion is if you already have a Google form made, let me show you how to attach that so you can just go through and manually enter the grade into the grade book later. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to go back to our Sandbox course so I can show you how we would do that. So we're going to go ahead to add materials, and we're going to actually do add a link or external tool. And we're going to go to link. And then we have to actually go out to Google, go to our Google account and find that Google form. So we're going to go to my drive here. And we're going to search my drive for a Google form. So I'm actually going to search it this way. It makes it a lot easier to find. So I'm just going to look for forms. Let's see what's in there. All right, so let's just take this Google form right here. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And we're going to go ahead and find our sharing button with this, which is actually, excuse me, it's the send button to do that. And we're going to go ahead and get the link for this. We can shorten that if we'd like to, but we just need to copy that. And then we're going to go back over to Schoology and we're going to enter that link right there. We can give it a title. So I can say Coaching Reflection. That was the title of my form. There's a couple things we can do down here. We always want to display it in Schoology, publish it. We can copy it to different courses, things like that. We're just going to go ahead and click Add for right now. And you're going to see that this Google form shows up down here for students. So students are going to open that up just as they would any other Google document. It's going to take them out to the Google form. They'll complete it just like they would, hit submit. And then what's a little bit different than most assignments in Schoology is we'll actually have to go back out to our Google Drive in order to find the student answers and to find their scores that you did when you created the self-grading quiz. So you'll go back to your Google Drive, find your answers, find the student scores, and then you'll have to post that into Schoology Gradebook yourself. Otherwise, the Google Forms work just like they did in Google Classroom. You're just going to have to take that step of actually recording that in the gradebook just like you had to with Google Classroom. So that's the workaround for getting Google Forms to work in Schoology. If you have any questions about that, please let me know and I'd be glad to help you get started. Thanks.